is now in order, and you all have had plenty of time to look at the minutes and whatnot. Again, I apologize sincerely. Morpheus overwhelmed me. Okay.
You want to this thing here, you can pick it up.
Actually, I read these online.
Oh, okay. I forgot it. I was in there to pick this up. I saw, I say mine online, but I can have it.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we write a letter to Cynthia Wheeler thanking her for watering the trees?
No. But everybody talking to their mouth for this deaf person over here. I heard that. What do you mean?
I haven't done anything, but I have tons of greeting cards from the women's club. I can get a card and put it in our name and there,
Okay.
and drop it at her mailbox today.
Oh, okay, great. I've got cards for you too. Okay, everybody's had a chance to look at the minutes, I'm sure. Anybody want to move for you approve these minutes?
Well, I'd like to, like it noted that I was here.
I'm sorry, Rhonda, didn't hear you.
Rhonda was here.
Shoot.
It doesn't say that I was,
Okay.
it doesn't say that I was here.
Now, those small words, but-
I'm sorry about that, I totally forgot you were in here. I forgot to put you on there.
Okay,
When you said that, I had to look over, I was like, oh, shoot. I
is
didn't
there
change
anything
it
else?
right now.
Thank you.
Okay,
I make a motion to approve the minutes with corrections for May 23rd, 2024.
Second.
is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, good, thank you once again, Karen, for these great minutes, which we could read, I did read online. Okay, why don't we talk about the tree decisions first?
Okay.
Is that all right with everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, has anybody been to look at them? I have.
Yeah, I have too.
Okay. Park and eucalyptus. Tell me which side of park and which side of eucalyptus, Keith?
Southwest corner, that live oak that a big tree, a limb fell off of.
Oh, yeah,
They-
where they're
some-
renovating that
Right,
house.
where they're renovating the house.
Okay, and that's a city tree, huh?
I would say it needs pruning. to-
They hauled off a bunch of stuff from there.
Yeah,
I took some pictures of the trees. Can I ask you which one you're talking about? Because I'm not real clear. Why you just saying
You know-
southwest?
Yeah,
Because you're
well-
saying in that yard,
Yeah,
where they're,
Well,
where
it's
they're
on the
renovating,
corner.
it's on the corner. Right, so that would be this tree, correct?
It had a big limb
That
coming
tree,
out of it.
okay. That tree to me looks like it could go.
I'm not, I'd have to look at that to see if it's
It's
in our,
on the other corner.
I'd have to look at it and see if it's on our right of way. It might be on somebody else's.
That's the wrong way.
Yeah, I kind of
And that
wonder
tree
what
is across
Charlie
the
Lane wants to
street
do about that
from
tree.
that other tree, that's not.
Because they did
picture of it.
haul
I might
away
take
some
you
of the
to-
tree from it.
Of it. So you are talking about this tree?
Yes, ma'am.
This
Maybe-
tree.
Maybe just cleaning it up a little bit.
Yeah, there's a big change.
Keith, have you talked to Charlie Lane about it at all?
That one?
No, ma'am, but
Not
I'm pretty
that
sure that's in our right of way.
That one
You pretty sure what?
Yeah.
It's in our right of way.
Yeah, it is.
Not that one.
He's renovating that house for his daughter,
That one.
and I guess the question is, does he want to try to save it?
I can talk to him because I know him personally,
Yeah,
but it's, you know, we can, probably go in and prune it.
Probably get what?
We can prune it,
Yeah.
lighten it
Yeah,
up.
it looks good,
looks good.
except for that wound where the limb broke off.
And we could even look at the one across the street that she showed me.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
What about that guy with the top out?
Well, we'll have to look at it and see if that's on city right away.
Looks like it. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
This one has some damage, but I just took a picture of it
Yeah.
to verify the tree that was in
Yeah.
discussion. I could use some
Yeah.
cleaning.
Yeah, when the roots start, when it gets a mound around the base of the tree, they're usually leaning over and thinking about falling. There's a couple like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, so what's the plan at this point about parking eucalyptus?
Whatever y'all recommend.
Okay, anybody wanna make a recommendation? To the homeowner?
It'd be trimmed.
Yeah, I will talk to Charlie. I mean, if we can clean it up and raise it,
Yeah,
lighten it up some, that would probably, yeah, keep it, because I don't really want to cut it down.
yeah, I don't think they probably want to save it.
I don't know. I mean, that's really up to us, because it's on our right of way,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'll
Well,
give
maybe
Charlie,
he'd
I'll
like
get
to
Charlie
pay
to
for
pay
it
for
to
it.
be trimmed.
Do we need to make a motion just for that?
Anybody want to move what we're recommending about the tree at Park and Eucalyptus?
I make a motion that Keith speak to the owner of that land where the tree is in Park and Eucalyptus. And
Okay, I'll be ready.
after he speaks to the owner, then we will have a better understanding of what we're gonna do with the tree. But first, Keith to talk to the owner of that tree.
So we're not gonna make a motion to vote to do anything with it?
No.
In other words, until,
No.
okay, all right.
Okay, I
Yeah,
can do that.
well, just say you can go ahead and do whatever is decided to be.
No, the homeowner might want it down, so we need to make that decision. The homeowner might want it down. So no, we can't do that.
We just gonna let him know that we're
Okay,
gonna
I
do
believe he would be happy for.
it. Somebody else to take care of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
okay, so the motion has been made,
Yes.
yeah, restate.
So we're gonna, have Keith talk to the owner of that tree in, Eucalyptus and Park and advise him that, it's in the right of way and we're gonna trim it and take care of it.
Okay, Jay, second?
We're talking about two different trees.
Park and Eucalyptus,
Okay,
that's the one tree.
and we have to talk to the owner about that one?
Don't really have to, but
It's not in our right away?
We
it's
don't
in our
know,
right of
it
way.
is,
Yeah,
We don't really have to talk to him, but I'm pretty sure he ain't gonna wanna cut it down.
But, I mean, even if, but it's in our right of way, so we have to, he doesn't even need to talk to the owner,
okay,
because it's in our right of way.
Yeah.
You can make a motion to have it trimmed,
okay,
you know what I mean?
okay.
And spruced up or whatever, that's how you do it. You don't have to put the owner, so you can,
Trimming might actually save its life, yeah.
Okay, so, I make the motion that, Keith is gonna trim the tree that is in Park and Eucalyptus. And just take care of it.
before I second that, that brings me to the question about in our, tree plan, that we're supposed to have certain size trees, like assessed by somebody, by an arborist. Would that one fit into that category? Those of you that are more familiar with this plan, I didn't make a note of which page that's on.
Look at that picture again.
Okay. 4.5 feet up.
No, it's not that big. I don't think.
Well, feet up at, what is it, 28 inches?
It's,
Isn't that what it is, 28?
yeah. You don't know historic tree, do you?
No, it's a baby tree.
It should be, under the definition of regulated tree, so I guess that's not an arborist.
I would run
It is a heritage tree, but I don't think we need to bring in a arborist, that's just extra money, not just to prune the tree.
Yeah,
Now, if we were talking about cutting it down, it might be a different story.
yeah, it's got a nice shape even now.
And the pruners will be which company?
Depends on who comes in the best price. Most of them that we use are, have the training and, so we'll just have to see.
And you have to take low bid, is that what you're saying?
Don't have to. I have to get 2 to 3 bids and depending on the reputation of the company.
That's just ugly. There's no date.
So your department wouldn't
That's
trim
right
the
around it.
No, ma'am.
That's, right down.
Well, we just really don't, our bucket truck is really not big enough.
But you go on the next block.
I need a second.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. And, might note Rhonda's not here for the vote. Is she coming back?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Jane's pictures here
Which one?
show that tallest tree. That doesn't pose any danger to anybody, does it?
It's a good woodpecker,
Not as of right now.
I just took it because I was trying to figure out which
Yeah,
tree it was.
okay, it's unattractive,
Yeah,
and I don't know who owns that, it's an empty lot.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's,
I think the people that, there's some people from up north bought that lot.
Yeah,
And they were gonna do something with it, they were gung ho, and they never have been back. But,
yeah,
I can look at it, and that's just one of the things that can probably be cut down unless it's full of woodpeckers.
yeah, it's not endangered power lines, I don't think.
No, ma'am.
From the looks of it.
No,
Okay, so we don't have to really make any decisions about that.
that tree.
The other tree is the magnolia in East Grand Ronda. And you have a picture of that, I've looked at them, but I have trouble remembering what it looked like. Looked like an oak tree.
This is the tree at Grand Rondo and,
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Oh, it's on
From
the
that
right
angle,
side.
why does it do that?
Yeah.
This part looks rough.
Yeah, it's a water oak and the whole top's busted out of it,
Yeah.
and it's most
And
likely
it's
all of
not one of those monster historic ones.
it. It's not a
Closer to
heritage, no.
308.
To me, it's not a heritage tree, because it's a water oak.
Oh, it's a water oak.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Well, that takes care of that.
Hey, they're headed down to the tire place at the car.
Rather just speak.
They're headed down. to
She's on the phone.
place With the car.
She's on the phone.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Is there a motion, well, first of all, Keith, you recommend just taking it down, the whole tree?
Yes,
No
ma'am.
trimming, okay. Okay, is there a motion to that effect?
My question would be pruning. Is our pruning saying,
It's
yeah?
hard to tell,
I don't know.
what the hell?
It's given a lot of shade, but
Yeah, that's in a line of big old oak trees.
I didn't do good.
Yeah, but
Just
you
trying
can
to get
see
the
the
tree, yeah.
dead top of it,
Yeah, that part.
yeah.
Again, you would have to have someone else do it besides Crescent City.
Yeah, we don't have a truck, our truck won't even reach the top of that.
You looked at that one too, right?
So you'd have to have an arborist with us.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, somebody like, that's got a big truck.
Correct,
That's a lot of
Either
trouble
trim it
to do for a water.
My recommendation is to cut it down because it's probably hollow inside.
Yeah, and it's a water, so its value is primarily just shade.
I mean, they can grind the stump and then we can always plant a tree back there in the future.
That's a nice idea, yeah. Okay, now, we have a motion,
I move that we have the magnolia, that the water oak and magnolia and grand rondo removed, stump ground and a tree replanted.
is there a second?
That we
Second.
recommend that we-
Is there a second?
Second, I second.
All those in favor? Aye, okay. Keith, you got your work cut out for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can I ask a question before we get into?
Yeah,
Because she asked it before, but I guess a lot of people don't know. Could you explain all the prospect, all the orange,
yeah,
spray painting and the barriers, the protection, fencing,
mhm,
I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
It's for the water line project. It was, they want to make sure that there's no equipment parked around the trees. And, that's really basically all it is to protect the trees. So they don't park no equipment, they're not parking by them. And they understand that they have to stay away from them. The only thing we will be doing is they will be boring 5 to 6 feet under some of the trees, which has already been approved. They've had several arborists talk about it, so that's the only way we can do it without, digging beside the tree and cutting the roots for this new water line project.
How big is the line gonna be?
8-inch,
Diameter of the line.
yeah, 8-inch,
yeah,
What is it now?
Commissioner DeVito is
6-inch.
concerned about damage.
But it's ductile iron, it's metal, we're upgrading to the newer PVC line, which will help with everybody's water quality, water pressure. Because we're going from Palm Avenue all the way to Orange Avenue in front of Jay Asbury's old house, and we'll stop there. That'll be the end of that one. The next project will start, it will go from Central all the way to Orange Avenue and not on the park side. So there'll be a couple trees there. It'll be the same way. Everything will be, protected.
Do you know what the process is? I mean, do they just bore, like, where the existing line is and continue on with the bigger, I mean, what is?
A lot of it, what they're gonna do is they're gonna get out into the street and they're gonna be boring in the street itself. And then wherever they have to tie in the house, they will cut the street and do their tie-in. Because normally we would just open cut everything. Now, it will be open cut from, probably Eucalyptus back to Palm Avenue, because there's not a lot of heritage trees or anything in the way. So which is gonna save the city a lot of money. We'll be able to use that grant money elsewhere, or not elsewhere, but to make the project go further. But that will be, and like over there on the corner of Oleander where that tree is, it's probably coming out.
Oh, wonderful, I was wondering about my question, is that mess up, it's an old red bud with a lot.
Yes, ma'am, that's probably coming out.
Okay,
So,
So is it marked the same way as the other trees are marked, or has it not been marked yet?
I don't know if they've marked Main Street yet.
Oh, Maine, I thought it was Oleander.
Oleander and Prospect.
No, well, they might have, I haven't been over that way. But if there's no heritage tree, there's not gonna be any ribbon around it.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be orange netting or anything.
So we won't know which trees are coming out.
Well, there's really nothing major. It's just like, that's a clump of bushes on that corner. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's gonna come out.
okay. And it'll be on just the east side
Yes,
of
ma'am.
Prospect, that's,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Okay, I do have a request from Lisa DeVito wanting to know if somebody from the city is going to be observing as the people doing the work do it, to be sure they don't damage any tree roots of any heritage trees, which would be,
The firm that drew up the water line project has their own private inspector. He will be here every day as they're working to make sure, so he will be staying on top of it. They already know that it has to, all the trees have to be protected. But there will be somebody here.
What
It's
is,
on the west side of the street, correct?
Yeah, on that, down this side, will be on the west side.
Because most of the big heritages are on that.
Well, we can't go over there anyway because that's where we got our, 8-inch forced sewer main and a 10-inch return line. They put in back in the early 2000s so that we can't even get near that. Because some of that's in the road where there's a big heritage tree, they went out into the road to keep from disturbing the tree. So that's why and that's where the main line is now, is on the west side, on that side of Prospect, south Prospect.
when is the project supposed to start?
Basically already has, they'll probably start laying pipe, I think they said in probably sometime in July, maybe August. They're supposed to update everybody, to let everybody know what's going on. And of course, we gotta check on that, because we actually thought they was gonna put door knockers up about the trees and about the project itself, but I don't think they've done that yet.
I noticed in our gas and water bill would probably be have been nice. to
Well, it'll
people.
go out this month.
Okay,
I dropped the ball last month, but we also had some other stuff in there, so that probably would have just messed everything up. There was other letters in there. So it will be in there in the gas bill this coming month. When they do bills next week, it'll be in there.
okay, that addresses that concern. Okay. Looking back at the minutes, I feel like we need to know the status of the flower garden. And,
Oh, I sent everybody an email, I thought that would have been suffice.
Karen, I can't hear you.
I sent everybody an email, I thought that would have been suffice for it, but I can explain, we didn't get the grant.
It just says, decided to bring back both the layout and the plant suggested list to consider and make changes. Do we have that?
We didn't get the grant to do the garden,
We didn't
so
get
we
the
don't
grant
have,
to do
the
it,
city
so-
doesn't have the money to do it.
Yeah, okay.
So we didn't
Okay,
get the
it's not
grant,
approved.
so I
That's
don't.
what I was wondering, what is the status of it? Okay. Okay, so is it dropped then?
I don't know of any other grant. So-
Okay, we probably need to talk about what we want to do about that, but. And Alice seems to be on hold about the monarch garden. Is that correct?
Okay, so I emailed each and every one of you with their names on it, Dan and Alice, with their names on it.
Okay, tell me what she said.
She emailed all of us, and Dan and Alice were
On that email.
included on that email, so they should know.
Okay, they know about the
It was,
flower garden, but the flower garden is not the same thing as the monarch butterfly thing, is it?
Yeah, it
it's
was.
all together.
They were
It was,
combining.
okay, I didn't understand if Rotary wanted to do it that way. And I know Alice had concerns, which I also have, about milkweed for butterflies. Okay. Well, I just wanna, if I may, throw in a remark. I went to San Francisco last month to my daughter's, actually Emeryville in the East Bay. Emeryville was an industrial area between Oakland and Berkeley, and it's been turned into apartments and, just all converted lofts and stuff. And they have a greenway that goes for a couple of miles that is so beautiful. Bike path and walking path. And every block where there's a cross street, the traffic stops if there are people walking there. And all along that greenway are trees and flowers, bushes. It is just beautiful. It's municipal plantings and benches. Every block has 2 benches on each block. Well, I know that with the Main Street stuff on Central, some landscaping was a part of that idea. And I would love to see us look into that more, because there's a lot of native plants that could be planted or trees in the area between the sidewalk and street to make some shade and some benches to make it pedestrian friendly. So it's kind of a long-term project, but there's a lot of plants. I mean, there was nobody watering them or fertilizing them, weeding them, because they don't have weeds in California. But it was just so pleasant. And I would love to see Crescent City, it's not even a big investment except for trees. I've got lots of plants I could share that really, like that bougainvillea down there, that just keeps blooming. And it gets cut back every year, nobody ever does anything for it, and it just blooms and blooms, a little strip this wide between the sidewalk and the building. So I think that's a worthy project for this commission to look into.
So I wonder if we need to partner with the downtown partnership, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, in the Main Street people. And, I would like to recommend that you all take a walk or a drive and across Central and see where you think it might benefit from some landscaping. Because I know there's a lot of interest in it anyway. But it sure was pretty out there. And it just changed that area from industrial to, it's gentrified, if you will. It's really pleasant area. And we got a pleasant area too, but they were closed off. Okay, is there any other business besides the tree plan review?
The tree plan review.
I was going around identifying all the parks.
I'm sorry, Rhonda, I can't
I was
hear.
going around identifying all the parks in town. And I was over at Sunrise Park, and there's an enormous live oak over there that apparently the city trucks are parking under and drive all around. And the land has been so worn down that it's gonna kill the tree. Is there any way that we can get the city workers not to pull over there and park under that tree?
How is that? Is it between the building and the fence?
It's on the right hand, as you go into Sunrise Park, it's on the right hand side, there's a little building there.
Yeah.
And it's on the right hand side, it's right next to that old building.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That tree in the middle?
Yeah.
Assessed all those trees, we measured all those trees. Yeah, Keith, you know about that tree?
Are you talking about by the pavilion?
No, by the
No,
utility building, the city building.
you
Water
first
tower.
enter the, when you
Oh,
first enter the
well,
park.
that's right when you first go in the driveway on the right.
Yeah.
It's really kind of hard to stop that because we also use it for boat parking during boat races and bass tournaments. I mean, we might,
Well, there's that whole expanse out there. to park.
yeah, we'll have, that place will be full during a tournament.
Well, a fence would keep them out.
Occasional parking isn't bad, but
Yeah,
continuous parking is.
Well,
is
Yeah, it's
different.
worn down.
Yes, it
is.
it's the worst place they're doing it, and it's, yeah, that tree there, yes, it probably is some city employees, not mentioning no names, but, the worst one is down by the pavilion, and that's the public doing it down there, they're parking where the pavilion is, there's one big, huge live oak down there, probably bigger than the one you're talking about, and they're driving all around it, and we are gonna have to put a fence up there.
Yeah.
And I can talk to Charles and see if they wanna try to put a fence around that one. There where you're talking about, we'll see what we can get done.
Okay, because it's really gonna kill the tree. And it needs to be mulched.
Yeah, while I was in California, went to Muir Woods, and they have 5 miles of boardwalk. Because the giant redwoods are visited by thousands of people a day, and if they were walking on those routes, those trees are shallow rooted, and down they would go. So it's 5 miles of boardwalk. If we could maybe just put a circle of, like a deck around the tree roots, around the base of the tree. Things like that are attractive and,
Yeah,
and protective at the same time.
mulch would be cheap.
Should we make a motion, Rhonda? Is that how we do this? Make a motion that those 2 trees or that certain trees in Sunrise Park be addressed?
Yes, shall I do that?
I think.
All right, let's see how I word this. I move that the trees in Sunrise Park, the large oaks that people are driving around and parking under, be protected and they're, and blocked from traffic, and that their roots be mulched.
I second.
Yeah, okay. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I see we have a guest.
Oh, that's my husband.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't
didn't know
care.
if you want to say anything, or do you let her do it?
You'll say it all later, right, Rhonda?
No, she won't let me say anything, I'll just sit here quietly.
Okay.
You get up and
Welcome,
speak.
sir. Okay, let's look at this tree.
I have a question.
Didn't we talk
She
about
has a
this?
question.
Pardon?
She has a question.
Oh,
In the packet was applications for the grant. Anybody read it?
We haven't got there yet, no.
oh, notice
I
I
didn't see
Federal financial
Because it was just informational. That, that application in there, I think,
Lisa?
no, Lisa gave us the application, I think, or was it Shepherd? No, Shepherd was it.
Okay.
Our grant writer, I'm pretty sure he said that he would be able to do that grant for us. So it was just for your information.
But didn't Lisa print that,
Yeah,
DeVito?
yeah, she sent it to me and I gave them all a copy of it, but it doesn't our grant writer, didn't Chelsea, our grant writer could handle that one?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said. They'll call me, but I can email you all later on that.
So that's the another grant for,
For trees only.
oh, okay.
So it's gonna be applied for?
Yes, just for trees itself, nothing to do with butterfly garden.
Or
anything
gardens
like
or
that.
anything like that.
Yeah, it's just for trees itself, to replace the trees that,
Can I ask you something, Karen? And also with Windstream that went through and it wasn't okay, are we actually getting those trees and bushes in the future?
of according to their plans, it's supposed to happen.
Okay,
What was all that?
It might be minus 1 or 2,
Windstream.
because they're not really, set in stone, but is there supposed to be a buffer there?
Windstream is gonna do a parking lot next to my house, and
Oh, is that what that?
yeah, it's gonna be a parking lot, and, they gonna donate us
They're gonna put trees in it.
trees in it, like 60 bushes and so many trees.
Yeah.
It's all for that lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, is this a grant that we have applied for?
No, just for your information.
Sure, okay, I'm just looking at it, the total funding for it is 550,000. And 50,000 is the maximum grant award to a single applicant.
Well, like all governments, it is loaded with garbage stuff that you read it and you read it, you get a different opinion. And they want everything, and if you don't do it exactly right, or only do it on one page, they throw it out. And there's only 25 applicants that are taking.
Yeah.
And it's a complicated form to fill out.
Yeah.
It was done last year though, right? This grant was applied for last year,
No, I don't think we have,
not this one,
no, we haven't used
I'm
it.
not aware of.
because there was one that was applied for last fall,
So,
or sometime last year, for trees.
Lisa was gonna do something about it, but it was too late.
Yeah, it's time to do it again this year. It's a new year.
So now we have a grant writer?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the same one, or, because Lisa's the one that gave us this grant.
Well, then that's probably the one that was applied for
So-
last year, because she would have done all this, or no?
To be honest with you, I don't know, I never seen it last year.
No, it was not last year, it was this year, but, she was too late to.
Yeah.
This one, so we don't need to even look at this, because we can't
It's
apply.
just for informational only, that's how.
Just for you to-
Just so you guys will be
See
aware
how it
of
looks.
what's going on here at City Hall.
Yeah,
But this, we're not doing this one.
No, we're not doing
This
that.
is too late. But we're
That's,
I'm getting mixed up here.
yes, you're all mixed up, forget about the past, we're working on the future, these
Okay.
ones gonna be done and, applied for by our grant writer.
This one.
by who?
The
Our
grant
grant writer that you said July 24th on this, no?
Yeah, we got-
Mr.
Yeah, well, that's what it said.
The one that, I think the one she's talking about is the one that Charles applied for, and once he got done with it, it was too late.
Yeah.
It was like a $25,000 grant or something like that for trees, I
Supposedly there was one that was
think.
done.
But it was too late.
But
When we got the information and Charles got it filled out, it was too late, I'm pretty sure. This one here, with the grant writers, will fill this one out. What's the name of the other company? One of them's Fred Fox.
Red Fox, and I can't
And,
remember the other name,
Yeah, they're
but
gonna help us with it.
they're gonna help us with this application. So I just put it in your packets for informational only.
thank you.
Yeah, just so y'all can
You
look
all
at it.
know what is going on behind, you don't think we're just sitting back and not
So
doing
this
anything?
one's being applied for,
Yeah, the
and it's
one,
due, it's due in a couple of weeks.
the one that's
I'm
in your
glad it's just
packet,
information,
is going to
because I
be
thought you were gonna make us fill it out.
no, informational only. That's why it wasn't put on the,
So this one has not been applied for yet, and it's got 2 weeks before it's too late.
I don't know if they have already applied for it or not,
Or if we will.
no. It's
It's just the paperwork you're
It's an
letting us know.
informational, so if they have already applied for it, I don't know what goes on at Mr. Fox's business. They come back and tell us, okay, we have applied for this one, we have applied for that one. I'm really not sure if they applied for it, or if it was something that they said they can do. So it's, I don't know, I can find out and email it to you guys.
They will,
I
they
mean,
will
I don't
also help us find grants.
They have our interest,
Yes,
and
they
they're
know.
working for us, they want us to get grants, so they're gonna do what they can.
Yes.
Okay. We don't have, so the tree plan, I believe that it was a pretty much pro forma thing that we all have copies of and that we didn't have any major recommendations for changes. Is that everybody's sense?
Jean wanted to read it.
No, not right, no, I don't want to read it, but I do want to make a comment.
Yeah.
Where did my speaker go about that comment?
Do you want to take page by page? Or do you want to just tell me your comment?
I was just gonna pay, I wrote down what page it was on, page, a few things that I noticed, that removal of trees are supposed to be kept to a minimum, that's on page 4, so I just wanted to point that out after we saw all those things and everybody on Facebook freaked out because they thought all those trees were being cut down. So, because they were spray painted and it would just causes, so, Facebook is kind of like, a
Yes.
can where you buy, by the time it gets to the other end, the story is totally different. Which is why I suggested
It's a good page to stir the pot.
I guess, and it worked, because nobody knew
Well done.
anything, nobody knew anything about it, so they all, of course, got to freak out. But there was, page 7, and we didn't, the budgets, we talked about this several months ago, but I don't think we put it in the minutes, that it says that there's, page 7, B number 1, there's a city beautification budget line for purchasing plants to beautify the city, and then there's a tree budget, which is for tree maintenance and removal, so I was understanding and heard that it was the one in the same budget, that there would be no plant money because there were tree maintenance being done. No, anyone else pick up that or not? They didn't, no one listened to that. Sorry.
Right.
So we don't have just one budget where if we cut down trees, we've spent all our money. That's my question. Because it points out that there's 2 different budgets.
More or less.
More or less.
There
Just want to
is
assume correctly.
a beautification budget.
Yeah, there's a beautification.
Right, that's what I just brought out, yes.
There is a,
Now, there is a beautification budget, I don't know how much is in it.
yeah, and I think it's significant,
It's from last month.
And Charles is the administrator of that.
huh?
Charles, the city manager is the administrator of that
Yes, ma'am,
money.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so it's not really our.
No, it's not, you can recommend,
We discussed it back when, we discussed replacing trees, because we got an email that Lisa had sent out, it was that month, with, suggestions of replacing trees. So I asked if there was a budget, so we know how to go forward. Do we start with 3-gallon trees, or can we put in some 50s, depends on the budget.
Yeah.
Typically. And it was stated that the tree removal and maintenance was also part of the planting budget.
yes.
So there's 2 budgets. I just wanted to make sure I was clear on that. There's a planting budget and a maintenance budget. From what I see in the plan, in the,
There is a beautification, hold on 1 second,
Right here.
Charles must be listening in. Fred Fox is looking into applying for that grant, and, there is a beautification budget and a tree budget.
2 budgets on it.
right, that's what I wanted to understand
Yes.
correctly.
That's what, yes.
That's what it says in the tree plan, okay.
Okay.
That was my comments on the
Okay,
tree plan.
anybody else have any thoughts about the tree plan?
I just wanted to ask you, Pat, how we gonna, get in touch with the downtown partnership? Should we talk to Charles about that, about her idea that she's seen in San Francisco? To check Central and see what opportunities were there, and she said maybe work in collaboration with the downtown partnership.
Yeah, okay, I'm on, what is that committee I'm on? I will present it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up to you all to present it to them.
She's in the committee, she got it.
Yeah, okay.
Now
Okay,
on the
so,
tree. So Pat Lane, do you have anything on the tree plan that you want changed or?
Do you have anything on the?
Is there anything in this plan that you want?
No, it doesn't seem like.
It was in your last month's packet, you were supposed to go home, read it, and then bring
Yeah.
back your comments.
Yeah. We talked about it last month. And then
You want to breeze through it real quick?
it seems as everybody in agreement with the tree plan as it stands.
Yes, Patty's gonna look at it. Patty's gonna look at it.
Okay,
And I was supposed to good.
It's an annual plan.
Like we did
Yeah.
before.
It's the one that was done the year before.
and it's good for,
Is this the old one that we did a long time ago, 2 years ago?
This is the one you guys just passed last year.
yeah,
Okay.
There were some changes in it when you met, when you did a cooperation meeting with the, when you did a workshop with the commission, and you sat around the tables. This is what came out of that. So you both had input in everything. So this is the tree plan you all agreed on last year.
and this covers the rest of this year and 25,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
This goes from from October to September. So if you guys approve it
Yeah.
tonight, we can move it forward and put it on the agenda for the commission to move forward with it. I need a mic over here, I'm sorry.
So if we
If you guys,
recommend this acceptance of this plan, the commission will vote on it in the
Yes.
next meeting in July.
either July or August.
So it doesn't have to start till September.
Right,
Okay,
right. No, this plan will stay in effect until the end of September.
Yeah.
We're just getting ready for October.
okay. Okay, Pat, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, do we need to vote to approve this?
You need to vote to recommend it to the commission.
Okay,
Okay, I make a motion to recommend the tree plan in front of us, 24-25, to go in front of the commission for approval.
is there a second? Second. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, got a tree plan. All right, is there anything else? I noticed two more people came in. Did you all have concerns you wanted to present?
Not about trees.
Okay,
I was over at the DMV, and they told me to come over here to inquire about building permits for
Okay,
a roof replacement.
As soon as we're done the meeting, I'll unlock that door and we can talk.
Okay.
okay. Okay, our next meeting, we need a date.
No. Would be July.
July
July what?
25th.
25th, July 25th.
Okay, everybody gonna be here?
Yay,
Yeah,
we'll wake you up.
Call me at 1:30. I'm so sorry. I actually think you all need a chairman who can hear. I have dead hearing aids, which are going back to Costco tomorrow. And I apologize for not only being late, but being deaf as a post.
We love you, we love you.
Anybody else who wants to take this position over is welcome to it. And I'll stay on and work as a worker. Okay, and I will bring up about the beautification idea on Central, at the downtown partnership. So, in that case, I will declare the meeting is adjourned. Boom. 3:00, 3:04 by that clock. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling.